Amniotic fluid, as we know, is usually in the initial months is been secreted from the transudation or of the ultrafiltrate of the maternal plasma. So the osmolality is just equivalent to the maternal plasma, and in the beginning weeks or the months of the intrauterine life, the amniotic fluid is absolutely colorless. But as the period of gestation progresses, there is suspension of the fetal particles, that is desquamated fetal skin cells, the cells from the respiratory passages, from the urinary bladder, that is entering into the amniotic fluid, and also the waste products that are entering, that is urea, uric acid or creatinine. The color changes. So what is the amniotic fluid amount, its volume, the color, normal and abnormal, how it is regulated, what structure of the fetus is contributing to the amniotic fluid, which is the main contributor of the amniotic fluid, and what is its value, is it having any nutritive value or is it having mainly the protective value. All this I am going to discuss in this topic. So first of all, how much is the water content of the amniotic fluid? So amniotic fluid contains 99% water and other content is 1%. Okay, so 99% it is water and rest it is the other content. And amniotic fluid at term pregnancy is being replaced every 3 hourly. So it is replacing. So baby keeps on secreting the liquor and keeps on drinking the liquor. If there is defect in the production or there is defect in the swallowing, that will lead to the amniotic fluid abnormalities, that is polyhydramnios or oligohydramnios. So what are the problems caused by, or what are the complications that are related to the amniotic fluid volume or amniotic fluid levels? So it is containing 99% water and 1% other content. In the other content, it contains the glucose, the lipids and proteins. Glucose, lipids and the proteins. Then other content includes the waste products like urea, uric acid and creatinine. This is because fetal urine is the main contributor of the amniotic fluid. So there is presence of the urea, uric acid and the creatinine. Then electrolytes like sodium, potassium chloride. Then also the suspended particles from desquamated fetal skin cells, from the urinary bladder, from the respiratory passages. Okay, so 99% water, 1% other content, glucose, lipids, proteins, then waste products like urea, uric acid, creatinine, then electrolytes, sodium, potassium chloride, then suspended particles of the fetal skin, bladder or the respiratory passages. And the important question you have to remember, that it does not have any nutritive value. So its main function is to protect the fetus against the umbilical cord compression, protection from the ascending infections. There are the bacteria which is normally present in the vagina, so this is preventing the fetal membranes, is acting as a barrier to ascend the infections from the vagina. So the amniotic fluid is also having the protective role. Also it maintains the placental circulation. So the placental circulation has been maintained in response to the uterine contractions. Then it acts as a shock absorber. Then also it facilitates the appropriate growth and the fetal movement. Fetus feels freely to move in the amniotic fluid. So for the normal growth and the fetal movement, also it has got some clinical value, that ARM is being done, that is a surgical induction of labor, and depending upon the different color of the liquor, like if it is green, that is a meconium stained liquor. So this is associated with the risk of meconium aspiration syndrome, and we should be taking this patient for a cesarean section, because this will lead to this meconium can block the respiratory passages and leads to the fetal hypoxia. There is meconium aspiration syndrome that will set in. So all this is what is the importance of the amniotic fluid. As far as so just remember, it is replaced every 3 hourly. It do not have any nutritive value, but its main role is it has to protect the fetus. So it has got only protective value for the baby, for the adequate growth, prevents the cord compression, then prevents the ascending infection, for maintain the normal placental circulation, shock absorber, and maintains the temperature in the intrauterine period, for the normal growth of the baby. Okay, pH is 7 to 7.5, so it has got alkaline pH, and osmolality is 260 milliosmoles per liter, whereas the maternal plasma osmolality is 280 milliosmoles per liter. In the beginning it is same as that of maternal plasma, but later on the fetal urine, which is the main contributor to the formation of amniotic fluid, so it is hypotonic in nature, so osmolality reduces. Now specific gravity is 1.010, so sometimes these points are added in the options of a question, so you should be knowing all this. So this is very, very important.